Fed has mismanaged monetary policy arguably worse than they ever have before. And you don't have to take my word for it. If you don't believe me, look at Russia, look at the UAE, look at everyone is starting to orchestrate and organize global trade outside of the US dollar, George. What the Fed looks and feels like they're in the corner of a boxing ring, covering their ribs, covering their chin, and the boxer, they're waiting for the bell to ring. They're waiting for the round to be over. They're waiting to be Vaselined up, and everyone's just wailing on the Fed. They mismanaged this entirely. They left rates so low, the excess amount of liquidity injected to the system combined with the fastest rate hike ever. They bankrupted their own banks. The banks, in order for the banks to survive, George, they're going to have to sell the Fed bonds, and the Fed can't afford that. So they're not going to meet 2% inflation. We're going to live in a new era of dollar inflation. Dollar inflation may land at 4, 5, 6, 7% in perpetuity. And that's what you're seeing with the reaction from gold. So the writing's on the wall. Anyone with a brain knows that you got to invest in gold. You got to invest in Bitcoin. Any asset with a supply cap, which implies they don't have a relationship with rates, which implies that there's a much more authentic relationship to supply demand. It's already being priced in, and the Fed screwed up, and it's a really big deal. And it's good for Bitcoin.